my loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shantes. No, I'm not pregnant. I'm just a little out of shape. That was actually an old ultrasound that I had back when I was pregnant with Layla. So for all you messy Jessies who thought this was the grand reveal of my hidden pregnancy, I'm sorry to disappoint. No, the point of today's video is actually to discuss me making the decision to have my Mirena removed. It's actually been a total of 4 days since I went through the process of removing my birth control, and I'm just going to give you a couple reasons as to why I made the decision. Backstory, so I've actually had the Mirena for a total of like 5.5 years. The first time I got it inserted was in December of 2014, a couple months after giving birth to my daughter. At the time, of course, it was experience, labor and delivery that is, and I said no. At the time I told my doctors, listen, you can give me a hysterectomy if you need to because this ain't having any more kids. Of course, as time has progressed, my feelings and opinions in regards to childbearing have changed. People told me it would change. I didn't believe them then, but I do believe them now. But at the time, I did decide to go ahead and get the Mirena, and it's actually good for a total of 5 years. I chose it because it's simple, it's not daily maintenance in regards to it. You just stick up there in your uterus and you're good to go. So I figured that that was one of the simpler things to do. I've tried in the past pretty much all forms of birth control. I didn't try the patch or the Nexplanon or the implant that goes in your arm. I hadn't tried those, but I had always wanted to get the Mirena because the other forms were just ineffective for me. In regards to the pills, they made me nauseous. The Depo shot, it made me gain a whole lot of weight. And then the NuvaRing, it led to vaginal discomfort. So they didn't work for me. So when the nurse and my doctor told me that I was eligible to get the Mirena after I had my daughter, I was ecstatic. I actually had tried to get the Mirena prior to becoming pregnant with her, but at that particular time I was advised that I could not because I didn't have any prior children. So fast forward, for the first 5 years that I had the Mirena, I didn't exhibit any type of problems. In fact, I mean, I couldn't even feel it. I didn't even feel the strings. So I was good to go, you know, I didn't have any issues. Now, when my Mirena expired in December of last year, I had to make the decision as to whether or not I was gonna go ahead and have it removed and replaced, or if I was gonna go on another form of birth control, or if I was just gonna go without. At the particular time, I did elect to have my Mirena extracted and replaced in January of this year. Now, as I've grown older, you know, my thoughts and my views on birth control has shifted some. Getting older, of course, you know, I do want a family. I do want more children. Let me get this straight. I do want another child, to make that singular. I wouldn't mind having a son, or whatever healthy baby the Lord blesses me with. Now, this go round has been a little different, shall I say. I started exhibiting a lot of cramping, more cramping than usual. And it wasn't just around, you know, my menstrual cycle. It was just random times I would just feel cramping. And I did recall a battle buddy of mine. She had Mirena and she had to have hers removed because it had shifted. And if it shifts or it's knocked off balance, then it can cause discomfort. So I didn't know if that was what I was going through or if my body was just naturally rejecting it. So I just started thinking, am I going to continue to go with this or not? Finally, I just so happened to run across one of my friends' posts on Facebook. In June of this year, she decided to bring up a very controversial topic in regards to birth control. Basically how there are basically more cons than pros. Decided to give her a call and we had our own personal talk in regards to the subject. Now, my friend Heather, she is a nurse. So she has a lot of medical experience and knowledge in regards to pharmaceuticals and things of that nature. We actually both were pre-med students. But let's just say I was more focused on other things than my studies, so I didn't quite make it to med school. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I gave her a call, and you know, let me just give you a couple of key notes that she pointed out. Some things that I already was familiar with in regards to, you know, my own personal research on the subject. Some other things were enlightening for me. Some things I didn't consider or think about, and it really dawned on me, okay, why not be natural in that aspect of my life as well? Of course, it's your choice. I know that many women elect to get birth control for different reasons. I'm just telling you what made me make the decision that I made, and just giving you a little more insight so that you can truly do what is actually best for you. So the first thing that she pointed out in regards to the birth control, and it's not just the Mirena, all forms of birth control. The first thing that she pointed out was the fact that birth control basically is a form of synthetic hormones. Now, these synthetic hormones actually interfere with the natural regulation of the female reproductive system. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, of course, yeah, we know that it prevents you from producing eggs, or it prevents you from getting pregnant. But just to dive into that a little deeper, you also have to consider the fact that it actually throws off your hormonal balance of progesterone and estrogen that's in your body. What I mean by that is, in order for it to basically thin the inner lining of your uterus, because that's what happens with the birth control, it thins the inner lining of your uterus so that your uterus, the walls aren't thick enough to actually hold an egg. So it's naturally released. Now, keep in mind, neither one of us are experts on the subject, but these are just some things. And if you actually have any other points or things that you want to add, you feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm open to gathering as much information as possible. Now, we all know that birth control is 99.9% effective. So nothing's 100% guaranteed unless you are just abstaining from sex, which I happen to be doing. While birth control does prevent unwanted pregnancies, those synthetic hormones, you actually end up with an excess. You have an excess of hormones in your body that is not natural. So a couple of things to consider in regards to the excess of hormones. One thing that it can actually affect is your gut and your digestive system. Now, your digestive system directly correlates with your immune system. So that can lead to digestive disorders. It can onset other illnesses. Your body is less likely, or, you know, to combat any other type of infection. Another thing to think about is that excess hormones can also interfere with your metabolism. So in regards to that, when your metabolism is slowed down, in turn, your body maintains or holds more weight. Basically, it interferes with your body's ability to lose weight. So, for instance, like I mentioned earlier with the depot shot, it made me gain a whole lot of unwanted weight. Now, in addition to that, birth control can also lead to other mood disorders. And the reason behind that is the fact that birth control alters your normal brain processes. So it can affect, you know, the way that you feel. It can make you lead to you feeling more sluggish than you normally do, or more irritable, things like that. So that's another key point to take away or to consider. Just think about like prolonged effects from birth control. Research has shown that women who have been on birth control for prolonged periods of time, they can experience harder it becomes harder for them to actually have a child when they want to. It can also lead to infertility. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen to everyone, but it's just things that can happen. It can also lead to other medical issues, some of those being endometriosis, ovarian cysts, and another really important thing that you have to consider is that birth control is actually considered a carcinogen. And as we all know, or if you aren't aware, carcinogens actually lead or increases your chances of cancer. It's no secret that birth control can lead to cervical cancer or breast cancer. And that's just a risk or a chance that you have to take when, you know, saying, okay, well, I want to do this because I don't want to get pregnant right now, or this is helping me in this way. Also think of the negative effects that come along with your decisions as well, not just now, but in the future. I know another female who personally had blood clots, and those can cause other things. That blood clots can travel in your bloodstream. They can lead to your heart, to your brain, which in turn leads to strokes, other things like that. Just it's basically a ripple effect. So I know you might be thinking, oh, goodness, okay, well, what can I do? Well, there are several things that you can consider. One, those of you who choose to abstain from sex altogether, if that's not your speed and you decide that you want to continue to have sex, use condoms. There are other things that you can do as well. One being important is like a tracker, ovulation tracker. There's so many apps out there that you can use. You can use diaphragms, you can use female condoms. We all been through sex education, so you probably know all this already. But for those of you who are, you know, use birth control for reasons such as like health concerns, say you're on birth control because of irregular periods or things like that, there are other natural remedies that you can use in regards to helping your body normalize. Some examples would be exercise. If you're not the most active, I'm not saying that you have to go run and sprint marathons or things like that, but just natural or regular exercise, that definitely increases your overall well-being. Not just your inner health, but like your physical health, which also leads to you feeling and looking more, you know, confident. Can't go wrong with exercise. Another key thing that is very important in regards to your body maintaining its regularity is your diet. Black people, you know, we are already, you know, more prone to diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, things like that. So diet is very important. Cut back on all those salts. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Cut back on some of that red meat. You know, eat more lean meat such as chicken or fish. Those can definitely contribute to you feeling better. Your mood, the way you look, your skin overall. That can definitely assist with that. And then another thing, of course, is your water intake. Drink that water, flush your system out. Water, you know, water's gut. Okay, water's good. So drink your water. You know, hydrate. Those are just small things that you can do, and you can feel free to do your own research. These are just a couple of things that she pointed out during the Facebook post. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you a little bit about how I went on Tuesday, and I had the Mirena removed, and it was a simple process. It didn't take long at all. Yeah, so stay tuned. Ooh, it's hot today. Okay. Walking up to the clinic now. Got my mask on because I don't need coronavirus out here. Do you have an appointment today? I do.
Everything from the bottom comes off, okay? And the Army has provided you with 3,000 million red sheets, okay?
Okay.
Hand woven, okay, by the Egyptians. To cover up with.
You excited?
I am.
Okay, take a nice deep breath for me. And blow it out. Ta-da!
And there you have it. Just like that. No more birth control. It was really simple, really easy. Now, the removal process is different for everyone, depending on your pain tolerance. Me, I done pushed the baby out of my vagina already, so it's not much worse that it can get than that. So, just a little bit of pressure, and just like that, it's out. So, I'm excited. It like, for me, it signifies like a brand new beginning of me just getting back to me. And to be quite honest, that's absolutely priceless. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in to my video. I will see you on the next one.